What is up, guys? Tony here at Geek Legion Games, and today we're here to showcase you some Beelzemon. Probably the one best purple deck that's going on there right now, where you can do a bunch of shenanigans from the trash, gain a whole lot of memory, and honestly, people playing Gazi against you, it doesn't matter. We just take care of it anyway. But before we get to this tech profile, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and also check out our pro site at www.geeklegiongames.com for all our sealed and the sweet sealed product. And without further ado, let's get with the deck profile. Alright, starting with the deck profile. Before I lay the eggs out, of course, because we already know what they are, I will not be piling them on top of the middle because I have to read all of your comments, and I totally agree. It's dumb. So anyway, we got 4 Yamons here. You can go with Pagus if you want to, run all 4 of those, get your early trashes in. Reason why we're playing with this egg is because once we have one attacking, we can trash 2. So we can use our Ayamakos, the new ones, to manipulate the top if we got 2 of them out, and then trash 2, gain 2 memory that way, which you can't do with the other egg. But you can run the 3-2 split or just run all 4 Pagus. Starting with our rookies, we got just all Intmons here. We don't run any Floodgates because if we run Floodgates, if they end the trash, you know, we can't get them back unless we get rivals. But anyway, we got our Intmon. We got the structure deck one here, which is the warp one, the one you want to see in the mid game. If you have 20 cards in the trash, you can warp Digivolve to a Beelzemon for its 3 costs, and then it has a nice hair ability when a card is trashed in your deck, you can deal a level 3. So those Peki Gaudamons, or Gazis, not Gaudamons, or any mem blockers out there before you know doing your combo, getting all your trashes and getting a ton of memory, this card is gonna just kill it. Easy. Does hinder the deck a little bit, but not by a whole lot. Up next for more Intmons, we have the BT-2, which is the Undeletion Trash Tree, which I picked these up from Corey. Love these guys. They're about like $70, so like if you get your hands on these, just play these. They're really nice. You can play the Tamer Pack ones with the stained glass, but fire. All it wants to do is just go ahead and delete itself, swing in security. I had it a couple of times. Obviously, it can have jamming, which kind of sucks if you hit like, you know, a mem boost in the or X antibody. It can happen, but you know, it is what it is with life. Up next for more Intmons, we have our EX2 ones. This comes from the structure deck. So this one has the ability when it's milled, you can mill an additional 3 or up to 3. You don't have to. So if you're running out on your deck, you don't have to mill 3. Don't let anyone confuse you. Oh, you got to mill cards. It's an optional effect, but if you do mill more cards with this effect, obviously you can't use itself. But also, people, if you mill 3 from like this Intmon right here, if you hit 2 of these, you can both trigger these at the same time since they were milled by this effect. So if you didn't know that, now you know. And then finally, just a single round off the 13. It's just this Intmon here from BT6 as an on play. You can trash a card from our hand to return a Digimon with 7 Great Demon Lords and 3 Musketeers. Spoiler alert, we are running that waifu. So that's it for our rookies. Put that over in the corner there. On to our level 4s, not too much here. So we got our Witchmons up here. Once we get to BT-12, this is going to be Wizardmon X. But for Witchmon, when Digivolve, you can just trash 3 with innate inheritable, while this has a Wizard or Demon Lord, it gains plus 3,000, which is huge. Really nice buff. That's what she's there for. We have our Ayamakos. You can manipulate the top, trash 3, gain 3 memory. It's like a free. Yeah, actually, it's a free Evo plus 1 if you can get all 3 cards to be milled out. Speaking of, we have Wizardmon here, the promo. This also comes with a structure deck, so you don't need to break the bank and actually get the promos. Just break your bank on the structure deck, you get 4 of these. But when this card is trash, gain 1 memory. Only reason why we're running it has an inheritable too. When it does come up when attacking, you may reveal a top card of your hand. You may reveal 1 card in your hand and put it to the top, which is really good for deck manipulation, which this deck is really good about. So we do run these. These won't change in BT-12 because once we get Wizardmon X, you play this and you Digivolve here and you get a bunch of slew of effects. Up next, we got 4 copies of Balmon. This is the new one. It has 2 wind Digivolving triggers, but we'll do the first one. All you're doing is trashing 3 cards, and then once you have 10 cards in trash, it has on deletion until the end of your opponent's turn. You get to play a Beelzemon. So if you have 7 cards in your deck and you Digivolve up to this, you have the potentially of putting out a Beelzemon, and you can just swing with this. If it hits in security, it doesn't die with it, cool. Now your opponent's forced to, like, they really want to get rid of that stack, but then they have to try to face a Beelzemon that comes out on their turn. It also has another inheritable your turn. When this Digimon has Wizard or Demon, it gains plus 2,000. So if you have this and Witchmon, and also the inheritable on this guy too, you can't see it, I'm holding it way over here. On this guy too, you get plus 3,000. So if you have this Witchmon and Balmon, you have a giant blast mode, or a Beelzemon that's just not going to go down security. So essentially it'll have jamming, unless it hits an option. Obviously we can't get protected with those. And then finally, we have the old Balmons here from the BT-10. This says when attacking, trash up to 3 cards. So if your graveyard is not really highly stacked yet, go ahead and trash all 3 when attacking. But if you really, I really don't want to trash, you don't have to. It has an on-deletion effect, and it's, all around. If you have at least 10 cards in the trash, you get to play Beelzemon. So I actually liked this more than this, but unfortunately, once we get to BT-12, this will get cut out, and it'll be Beelzemon X, which with that guy would be really good, because once we are trashing so much, we trash our X antibodies. You want to go up into this. I'm pointing to this. This will be Beelzemon X, and you can get those X antibodies back, and then you can go into combos. Upper level 6s, we got our 3 copies of the Structure Deck Beelzemon. This card is cracked. Trash 4 cards from your deck, no biggie. And then after that, on your turn, actually it's all turns, sorry. When a card is trashed from your deck, you gain 1 memory for every 10 cards. So on your opponent's turn, you can gain memory if they're forcing trashes, which I'll go over right now. Running the 1 copy of the Beelstar, right? The nice waifu we got right here. So if you have this out, and then you slam her for what, 5 or 1, depending on what your graveyard size is. If they go to swing, you trash 1 card, play an Itmon out for free, gains rush, doesn't matter because your opponent's turn. Gain 2, 3, 4 memory with this, you just immediately pass turn, which is nuts. So that's why I'm running 1 copy of her, because that does come up most of the time, but also you can just slam this down for 1 memory. Digivolve somewhere up on here with all your Itmons, and then get another Itmon for rush and swing game that way. I've done that multiple times, that's why I like her. But unfortunately, once we get to BT-12, she will be cut out for just an extra copy of Blast Mode, but we'll get there in a minute. So up next, running 3 copies of the Beelzemon from EX2, which just has a trash effect. When you go to trash, and we're going to show the alt art, it's very nice. Michael, I know you're watching this, you want this. We'll figure something out later. But anyway, when this card is trashed from your deck, you may play 1 Itmon from your trash without paying its memory cost. It's really nice. You get to cheat stuff out. And then as when Digivolve and when attacking, you may trash up to 2 cards of your deck. It is a may, so if you're close to decking out, you don't have to. And then after that, you need to delete 1 of your opponent's Digimon with level 3 or lower, then up its deletion value for every 10. So this is the card right here that gets rid of all those little pesky floodgates that, like Gazi or Terriermons or whatever, is out in the field. You just go into this, trash 2, and then delete it. And then you do this effect first before all your other effects, the game memory, whatever, and then you can just, go to Pound Town after that. Then lastly, for our Digimon, throw them over here. Running 2 copies of Blast Mode. This card is just great. We don't even play the Blast Mode from EX2, which you can if you do not like the Beelstar and you want to run the 3rd copy of this, which I go back and forth. I'm just going to keep her in once BT-12 comes out, because once that comes out, this becomes a copy of this, and the deck gets even more consistent after that. But Beelstar just has her own win con of herself, and not a lot of people play her. I play it, and it's just a whole different game state at that point. But Beelzemon has a trash effect. When it's trashed from your deck, you need to delete a level 3 or lower, and then for every 10, you get to increase its value. So if you have 30 cards, delete a Mega. Easy. Broken card. Then, if that's not good enough, when Digivolving, you can unsuspend this Digimon. If you have 20 or more cards in your deck, gain 3 memory. So for 1 memory, you're Digivolving to a level 7. It's got 2 checks from this guy, because when you trash, you get a security check. I forgot to mention that. Swing 2 checks. Go ahead and Digivolve in here. Restand. Swing another 2 checks. Game. That's it. That's the combo. You whittle them down to nothing when they're 2 security. Go in your combo here, and you win. And it's going to be like, I don't know, with all the plus 3,000, plus 3,000, 2,000, what is it going to die to? Then for Digimon, we're getting to the Tamers and Options, which we got 3 Anamakos up here. This could be cut down to 2. I have been thinking about it, but for this, how we got build up right here, this card right here just enables the Warp Digivolve from the trash when we go up in our Beelzemon if this is in the trash. And this is also acting as X antibody once BT-12 comes out, because these tamers won't exist. They'll do the X antibodies, which you can have under your Intmon. That's the warp one. Do 2 when attacking triggers. Do the Intmon first, and then you just go up in the whole lineup from there. But I'll get to the combo section once we get to the end of this video. So with her, it's a memory, him and her, it's a memory tamer. And then when you attack with the Digimon, you may suspend this tamer. Then if the attacking Digimon is a Beelzemon, you can warp it with Blast Mode from the trash. Which it does target this Blast Mode, by the way. Even though there's brackets here, it still targets this. So don't let anyone fool you about that. Up next, which will be staying when BT-12 comes out, is the new Ayamako here. It has the reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. You may add Evil, Wizard, or Demon Lord from among their traits, and then place it to your hand. It's a cool searcher for 3. It's not bad. Thank God it's not a 4 cost, because if that was a 4 cost, it'd be yikes bad. Then there's also a neat effect, which we can manipulate cards from our hand to the top to get more trash effects. When only your Digimon digivolves, you may suspend this tamer and then return 1 card from your hand to the top of your deck and gain a memory. So if you got a bunch of Death Slingers you're not looking to use, or a bunch of Wizardmons you're not looking to use, tap these, gain 2 memory. If you have both out in the field, put 2 cards on the top, and then do your trash 3 from like your Witchmon or Balmons and just hit all the good stuff and gain a whole lot of memory. Like, the deck is almost like cheating in a way with all the memory game you can get. Speaking of memory game, there are options. Running 4 copies, can't see the 4th one, but there it is. 4 copies of Death Slinger, this is a must. We do get to play this for 4 sometimes by just deleting a Digimon that's level 4 or lower. Then for every 10 cards, you can delete it by 1 cost up. Which basically, once you have 20 cards, you can kill a Mega for 4 memory, which is very memory efficient, very good. Obviously, you know, still going against Melga and... Oh, no, not Melga. They don't have deletion perfection. Sorry, I'm just all over the place today. Going against like Black War and War Greymon, obviously they'll have the protection for it, but you know what, for 4 memory, if you have like a bunch of memory, like 8, 10 or whatever, you can cast multiple of these and just, you know, whatever. And then lastly for the deck, we got Rivals Barrage. Running 3 copies of this bad boy. This card is great. Now, if people are still out there in the rules section, whatever, about this card, if you cast it for 7 from your hand, you are deleting one of their highest level Digimon. That's it. Does not go to the battle area. Doesn't do anything like that. It is confusing. I thought when I was reading this first, and I was like, oh, you can cast this for 7, put on the field, and then next turn, go ahead and trash this, and then get a Digimon. That would be broken. But it's not worded like that. So when this card is trashed, it goes to the battle area, which is fine. I have games where I trash all 3 of these and had all 3 in the field, and I just sit back, wait, and you know, once my combo pieces are in the graveyard, calling. These are free callings. That basically it is. That is it for the deck profile. You guys are sticking around. We'll go through a little combo segment with the Intmons here with our tamers and why this deck is what it is. And yeah, if you guys are satisfied with the deck is, you don't need any further explanation, you can end the video right here. Well, let's go ahead and get to the combos. Alright, if you guys are watching the combos here, welcome. Camera's shaking a little bit. Can you stop it a little bit? There we go. Anyway, so basically for the combo to go off, if you're ready to go for game, if they have 2 security left and you got the Warp Digimon right here, the Intmon, we go ahead and push this out. I might push this back a little bit. There might be a slight glare, so I apologize. So what you're going to do first, you're going to want to swing with this guy, right? You're going to have 2 attacking triggers. You're going to target this one and this one. They're all going to go off at the same exact time. So what you're going to do is not use this first. You're going to go ahead and use this first for 3 memory. You're going to go ahead and warp. It doesn't really matter what Beelzemon you do. Actually, it actually does matter. I'm sorry. You want to have the structure deck in the graveyard, right? So you're going to go in this for 4, mill a couple cards, gain a couple memory. It doesn't matter what it's going to be at this point. But then you just mill the Blast Mill. We have this in trash, right? So now all the effects are resolved off in here. You trash 4, you go ahead and pop something, and then you can have another 1 attacking trigger here now, because this 1 attacking is done. Now this is going to go off with this now, because it's still attacking. You can go ahead and trash 2 more cards if you want to, and then now you have security +2. Now before all the damage goes through whatever, your next pending and last attacking trigger is going to be this. Go ahead and suspend this, trash a card from your deck, and then you're going to go for another 3 to your Blast Mode. You know, you don't do any trashing obviously with this. You draw your card, do your checks, it's going to restand, or it's going to restand, do its checks, and then you swing again. That's the main combo we have for this deck here. I forgot to activate these, so when you go ahead and Digivolving them up, you obviously tap these too. Sometimes you don't need to, so because we're doing this so many times, you don't really have a hand anymore because there's not a lot of card draw other than Digivolving. So there's a lot of putting cards in your hand to keep turn. So sometimes we don't have cards in our hand, and sometimes we do. This is the main combo for here, but sometimes you can go ahead and have another Impmon out here from just sitting around, whatever. So let's just say we had this Impmon in our hand, whatever. We still have everything out here, and then we have a Beelstar out, right? Where do I have her? Do not have her to the side. Did I put her away? Here she is. So you go ahead, you have what, 30 cards. You go out and play this for 1. To do the combo here after that, you can go ahead and just Digivolve this to any level 4 if you have them. Go ahead and just have the Witchmon, you have it in hand. Mill a couple cards. Do this effect here. You're going to go ahead and get this Impmon out, right? This is going to have haste. Or rush. I'm in the magic mode here. Go ahead, swing with this. When this is going in, you're going to go ahead and Digivolve into this. It's going to be the same combo as last time. Do your Digivolving, effects, whatever. Then you target this. And then go ahead into this. So that's another combo you can do. If you're at like 40 cards and you're about to deck out, you go ahead and play this for 1 or at 40 cards, she's free. Have another Digimon sitting out here, Digivolve up, they trash the rest of your cards. Go into this combo right here, gain all the memory back, and swing game that way. So that's the combo. Obviously, if you're missing pieces, you can also use this. I always keep these very last if I desperately need any of these, or even just a level 3 Digimon for this to happen, so I can, do everything else after that. That's it for the combos. Basically, that's it. We'll do another combo section for the next time with BT-12. When we won't have these, we'll have X antibodies. It's basically going to do the same thing, except this card will be under the rookie, of course. But that's it for the deck profile. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys next time.